Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcat Weekly with head coach Sean Miller. Cats coming off a sweep of the Bay Area, beating Cal and Stanford, and now they get the Colorado Buffaloes and Utah Utes at home this weekend. Coach, let's start out last Wednesday in Berkeley. You played the game without one of your starters and one of your better players in Riley Alkins, yet the rest of the guys come through with a big win. What does that tell you about your team to be in a conference road setting and not having Raleigh and being able to play as well as they did?
It says a lot. Dylan Smith in particular, Brian, did a really good job in that game. You know, not only did he go 5 for 5 from the field and 4 for 4 from the three-point line, but he did some other things, rebounding, defensively, was sure with the ball, did a really good job against their press, which became a super aggressive press at some point late in the game, and handled the ball well. So it was great for us to be able to call on him, and the other guys did a good job as well, but Dylan really stood out. And, you know, time and time again, we always talk about during the long course of a conference season, different players are going to have to be able to step up at those opportunistic moments and get the job done. And clearly this trip and the fact that we left with a road sweep, we had a lot of that.
Move on to Saturday now and the victory at Stanford. First half, Reed Travis. It looked like Reed Travis Day at Maples Pavilion. What did your defense do so effectively in the second half to keep him from continuing what he started?
You know, I don't know if it's a whole lot different as much as he's such a unique player. Somebody his size is usually a handful around the basket, posting up. He's a handful around the basket on offensive rebounding and maybe like when he sets a screen and rolls to the rim. But he's not really a post-up player. The way he uses his physicality and size is driving. And if you think about him playing the center position, how many centers do you really face that can drive it, but in particular that are that big and physical, so that when their body connects, that they usually win that battle. So there's some getting used to him, and I think as the game wore on, we understood maybe how to guard him a little bit better, but he still had a great night.
Hughes is proud to have been serving the local community and delivering outstanding financial performance and value to their members since 1952.
As a performer, my time is valuable, and I count on Hughes Mobile Services to help me run my life.
I'm so glad I made the switch to Hughes.
I love being a Hughes member. They're local and they give back to my community.
Make the switch. Team up with Hughes Federal Credit Union by becoming a member today.
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your Wildcat spirit with a U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Move on now to Colorado and Utah, and it's almost a quick turnaround. I just saw these teams 3 weeks ago. Buffaloes beat the Wildcats up in Boulder. What did they do well in that ball game that you will hopefully not allow them to do well this week?
Well, first of all, I think their readiness, their spirit, how hard they played, overmatched us. So that's number one, and we have to get that right to start with. They did a good job of mixing zone and man. They didn't just play zone, they played both. They trapped Alonzo at times, and that's something that maybe caught us by surprise. And generally speaking, they did a good job, whether it be second shots, making open three-point shots, taking advantage of their ability to push the ball and move the ball, and their ball movement created some really good looks against our defense. So for us, I think we have familiarity on our side, but it doesn't matter if you're playing at home and away. You have to play with tremendous togetherness and energy. And I hope that, a couple weeks ago till now that we've improved in that area, that I think all of us understand and recognize the importance of that part of the game.
So would you say your team's zone offense has improved since that game? If so, how?
We've actually been a pretty good zone offensive team throughout the year, Brian. It's just I think you play against a lot of man, and then all of a sudden you see a steady dose of zone, and sometimes you're almost overly critical, like maybe it's the zone. Sometimes, a great example is against Colorado. Our defense had a lot more to do with that loss than our offense. regardless of what defense they played. It was our defense. So, but ball movement, quick decisions, understanding our personnel, of the value of getting it inside, in the middle, when to drive, when not to. And I think just everything that we do, we practice a lot against zone, but there's nothing like game experience. And every game that we play against it, I do think that whether you start the game or you're a guy coming in off the bench, that you're more sure and you know what to expect.
All right, Wildcats and the Buffaloes Thursday night at McHale Center, and then the Utes come to town late on Saturday afternoon, and we'll see you next time on Wildcat Weekly.
Thanks for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the free U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.